to have you guys here. We are live again today. Alright, if you are just joining, just do well to like, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so, and then let me know in the comment section where you are watching from. Good to have you here. Kids Moments, what's up? How you doing? How you doing? Good to have you here today. Let me know where you are watching from, and let me know what you want us to talk about today, alright? So it's William Ross again on your screen. If you've not subscribed to this channel, do well to subscribe. And then just like the share, drop a like, alright? Like the share. If you've not subscribed to the channel, do well to subscribe and drop a like, alright? Drop a like. Oh, you're watching from Canada, good to have you. Good to have you. Alright. We are in Canada. Is it Toronto? Is it Vancouver? Let me know where you are watching from in Canada. Alright. Trust me. Trust me. How you doing? Hi. Trust me. Good to have you here as well. Where are you watching from? And what would your particular interest be? What would you want us to talk about today? Do you have any questions or things you want us to talk about? It's good you just, indicate. Just drop it in the chat session, all right? Yes. My name is William Ross. Of course, that's the name of this channel, William Ross. So do well to subscribe and like this live session, all right? I'm happy having you here today, all right? Oh, you're watching from India. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Trust you are doing fine. How is India today? I trust you are doing fine. All right? Glad to have you guys here. Just subscribe to the channel if you've not done so and drop a like. Come on, terrorize this live session with likes. I want to see many likes, okay? I want to see many likes. Subscribe if you've not done so. I'll be live every day discussing with you and sharing words of wisdom. All right, I'll be sharing words of wisdom. Sharing words of wisdom that are able to, transform your mind. Okay, Atayapu, you're welcome. Kalina Topica, you're welcome as well. Good to have you here. Trust you guys are doing fine. So two persons are already asking me where am I from? What if I say I'm from Zion? What if I say I'm from Zion? Right? I could say I'm from Zion. Okay, I could say I'm from Zion. All right, it's good to have you guys here. I'm happy. I love each and every one of you, and I'm happy. You say you don't believe me. All right, just drop a like. Let me answer your question. Drop a like. Drop a like to this live session. Drop a like. Bombard this live session with likes, guys. It's good to have each and every one of you here. Joshua Moye, good to have you here. Where are you watching from, Joshua Moye? Joshua Moye, this your name sounds familiar. Where are you watching from? Where in the world are you watching from, and what would you want us to discuss? You seem like somebody who has interest in religion, in the knowledge of God. You seem like somebody who has interest in spirituality, right? Joshua Monye. So tell us where you are watching from and what you would want us to discuss today. Okay, Atayapu said you've already liked. All right. So yes, I'm from Nigeria. All right, Atayapu, are you satisfied now? Do you believe now? I'm from Nigeria. Do you believe that now? All right, Kalina Topica, you said this live stream is to chill. I literally love the music. Yeah. I selected the music because I understand what music does to the soul to an extent. I understand what music should let's just start in that direction today. I understand what music does. Oh, is this calling me I chicken? Chukudima Duemezie. Uh, pardon me if I didn't pronounce your name well. What's I chicken? Who is chicken? Okay. All right. No problem. Trust me. Good to have had you here for the time you spent. See you later. Good to have you here. How am I doing today, chicken? What's the meaning of the word chicken? Drop a like, by the way. Just drop a like before you go. Drop a like. Drop a like, all right? So what's the meaning of the word chicken? You're calling me chicken. What does that imply? You're seeing a full-grown man and you're calling me chicken. Someone said chicken nugget. Stejono, right? Stejono. He said chicken nugget. What's chicken nugget? You guys are funny right now. Okay. Stejono, what's up? How you doing? Where are you watching from? Atayapu said chicken iron nugget. Come on, where are you guys getting these words from? Is it a trend or something? Is it trending? Come on. You guys really crack my ribs today. Chicken iron nugget. What does that mean? What in the world does that mean? All right, so I was talking about music earlier because Trust Me said the likes the okay. Kalina Topica said likes the music, and Atayapi also likes the music. So now one thing I've come to understand about music is that music, the right kind of music, it can, just like the way words, I've thought about words on this live stream before, and I've said that words have the power to shift your atmosphere and bring a whole new lot of experiences to your life. Yeah, so speaking the right words and speaking words that carry energy, because it's not just every word. Yeah, there are certain words you speak consistently with the right energy that will shift your atmosphere. It's the same thing with music. Music is even more deeper with respect to how it affects the soul. Yes, the energy released from music, from sound. Let me just use the word sound to talk about music. Sound. The energy released from sound has the ability to touch the chords of your soul in a way that words may not even be able to do. Yeah, music is very powerful. Sound is very powerful, right? Sound is very powerful. And okay, Kalina Topika said, I would rather call you chief than chicken. All right, that's good. Someone can record this whole entire life and post it so I don't forget this. Oh, you want someone to screen record the entire life? Wow. The life would be available for you to watch thereafter. All right, it's always on my channel, and there will always be a live highlights that will be posted at the end of this life. Yeah, so sounds are powerful, and sounds have a way of directly making an impact on the soul of man. Yes, that's why even the kind of songs you listen to, the kind of sound that plays in your atmosphere matters a lot. Sounds can actually cause you to journey. Yes, I journey with sounds. And what journey do I embark on with sounds? I embark on a journey of mindfulness, a journey of attaining onto greater levels of consciousness, greater levels of truth, the consciousness of truth with sounds. Sounds are powerful. Sounds can sounds can literally alter your atmosphere. If you're having a bad day, for instance, by that I mean probably you are having certain experiences in a particular day of your life that may not be so pleasant. With sounds, you can shift your atmosphere. You just need to understand how to position your heart and mind to be able to receive energy that sound brings. So sounds are powerful. I don't play with sounds actually. I don't play with sounds, yes. I'm not somebody that just plays sounds randomly every time. But every time I play sounds, they are very intentional. Yes, because I'm a purposeful person and I want to see that everything I do has a purpose to it. So I don't just play sounds randomly just because the melody seems good. No, I play sounds that carry a message. For instance, this sound playing in the background is a lyricless sound. It doesn't have lyrics, right? But you can feel the energy. I think it was one of the instruments that was used to make this sound was the pan flute. Pan flute. Either the pan flute or just the normal wooden flutes. So these sounds are powerful, and there's a way it impacts on the soul. So if you are somebody that wants to journey onto truth with respect to your contemplations on truth, probably your times of meditation. I always talk about meditation on this live stream. So you want to enjoy meditation. Rangaraju, it's good to have you here. Hi, what's up? How you doing, Rangaraju? Good to have you here. Yes, Kalina Topic, I said your real name is Kera. Is it Kera? Sierra or Kera, please. Sierra or Kera, okay? Let me just call you Sierra. Sierra, my nickname I call myself is Jade. Jade. Is it Jade or Jade? Jade or Jade? Okay, that's good. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. So I talk about meditation a lot on this life, right? Because I know that meditation gives you that opportunity to retrospect, to be able to think deeply, because every time your mind is occupied with a lot of things that brings distraction to your soul. Yes, many people are distracted and they've been so for years. They've been distracted for years. They have just been so much noise in their soul for years that hinders their productivity and hinders their growth and progress in life. But if you can be given to the habitual practice of meditation, it has a lot, it will profit you. It can revamp your entire life. So imagine when you are meditating with such a sound, there's a way it harmonizes your thoughts together, and there's a way it brings the right energy into your soul. Sounds are powerful. So that's why I don't play with sound. So for those guys that said you like this music, that's good to know, good to hear. Um, be given to meditation, all right? Just 10 to 30 minutes of meditation daily can bring a whole lot of transformation to your life. I mean it when I say it. Yes, I will not tell you something I'm not practicing or something I'm not experiencing or something that is not consistent with, coming into a higher consciousness of truth. I practice these things, so I can tell you that meditation is powerful, and how much more when you are meditating with the right sound in the atmosphere. Okay, it's powerful. Atayapu Chengu, Is that your name? Chengu. Is Chengu your name? At I help you. Is Chengu your name? Let me know. Good to have you here, by the way. Thank you, guys. I love your energy. I love your energy on this live session. So, what's Chengu? At I help you. What's Chengu? What's Chengu? Kalina Topica. All right. Okay. Let me call you Sarah now. There's only one person in here, but it isn't including me, so I might just say two instead of one. Okay, Sarah. Then why did you say Chengu? Atahapi, why did you say Chengu? You were the one that said Chengu. What does it mean? You said you don't know, but you said something you don't know. All right. So sounds are powerful, right? They are powerful. Okay, for fun. Okay, I see. I see. That means you must be a funny person, and you must be fun to be with. I'd love to meet you. All right, you're welcome here at Ayapi. Thanks for keeping the house funny. All right, so sounds are actually very powerful. You don't want to be somebody that lives life to chance. Every sound that stays long in your atmosphere, you want to be intentional about the sound that stays long in your atmosphere, right? Because they have a lot of message. You don't just receive messages, you don't just receive energy just by words alone. Sounds carry greater energy than just ordinary words. That's why if you want to influence the mind of a people group, you want to influence a territory, a society, one of the fastest ways to do that is to introduce the belief systems, the thought patterns you want them to adopt in their songs. If you can introduce the message you want them to adopt as their consciousness, as their thought patterns, as their belief system long enough in their songs, over time, it will become the group think of that society. So sounds are very powerful. Yes, sounds are powerful. That's why musicians are popular. Of course, not all musicians are popular, but those who are really contributing value, right? They are popular because sound goes a long way to influencing the soul of man. And if you are somebody that is already embarked on the journey to a higher consciousness, to knowing God more and to discovering truth, you should be somebody that also understands the dynamics of sound. You should understand the dynamics of sound. All right, because sound goes a long way to influencing your mind and creating the atmosphere you carry around yourself. All right, so sounds are powerful. So I cannot even talk about meditation without sounds. Of course, I do meditate without sounds many a time. Just absolute stillness and quietness, stillness in my mind, quietness in my surrounding or in my environment. But sometimes I do it with sounds, especially when I want to channel the meditation in a particular direction. I can do it with sound. Sound just keeps the atmosphere, just activates the atmosphere in a particular way to make me successful in that meditation, right? The success of meditation is that it brings peace to your mind, to your atmosphere. It also helps you to discover truth, to contemplate more on truth. So the soul of man is always noisy, always busy, and always distracted. Meditation is one powerful way you can bring your soul to stillness and focus again. Meditation is a way you can bring your soul to stillness and focus away, because everything is looking for your attention. You are hearing a lot of voices every single day of your life, both internal voices and external voices. The truth is the truth. Is the truth, and no one is spared from this. As long as you live in this noisy world, the world is already too noisy. A lot of things are calling for your attention. Am I right on that? Both offline and online, a lot of things are calling for your attention, right? But when you've learned how to win yourself, when you've learned how to stay away from this distraction by redirecting your focus through the practice of meditation, you will attain greater levels of progress and you become more productive. Your productivity levels will increase. So I place high premium on meditation, mindful meditation that helps you harmonize your energy, harmonize your thoughts and your energy, and channel it in the right consciousness. So sounds are beautiful. All right, so Kalina Topica, I'm so glad that you are helping me keep this live stream, or Sarah, Pardon me if I'm not pronouncing your name well. You won't blame me, right? So I'm glad you are keeping this live stream at GOG, right? You're even giving me a count of how many persons are on the live stream. Good to have you here. I love you, and it's a pleasure having you here today. All right. So you do not want to you do not want to just play songs or play sounds just for playing sake. You want to be intentional about the kind of sounds you listen to. You don't want to listen to sounds that will affect your soul in a negative way rather than constructing your soul in a positive way. The kind of sounds I listen to, they are sounds that make me ascend in my consciousness. Yes, I play songs of ascent. Songs of ascent. You can just go on YouTube and just type songs of ascent and see what comes out. Songs of ascent. Ascent is from the word as. You know what ascent means? To ascend. Ascent. To ascend, ascendancy, or ascension, right? So songs of ascent. Now, those kinds of, you can just put search on YouTube songs of ascent or instrumentals of ascent, right? So those kinds of songs, especially lyricless songs, there's a way they just helps you stay your mind in a particular direction, stay focused, and really knock out those distractions in your mind. Because every time you interact with people, probably in your place of work, in your day-to-day activities, you are picking up baggage that you did not even intend to pick up, because people carry atmospheres, and every time they speak, they are trying to communicate or share their atmospheres with you. And some of these atmospheres may be atmospheres of fear, atmospheres of doubt, atmospheres of anger, of hate, of all kinds of emotions. So you want to be able to filter these atmospheres you have picked up in your interactions with people. And how you do that is by meditation, so that you can stay sane, you can stay fresh and healthy in your mind and in your heart. I advise and I encourage that you always do a heart check in the place of meditation. All right, you do a heart check to examine yourself and just take an inventory of your life. Don't just live life and you are not taking inventory of your life. You are not. No, ascent, not ascentrums. Ascent is spelled A-S-C-A-N-T. Sarah, ascent is A-S-C-A-N-T. All right, ascent. A-S-C-E-N-T. A-S-C-E-N-T. Songs of ascent. Yeah. So you don't just want to live life to chance, and you are not taking inventory of your life. You are not checking yourself, because if you really want to make much more progress in life, you should practice the habit of always taking inventory of your life. Okay, what are the kind of words I've been saying for the past 1 week of my life? What are the kind of decisions I've been making? What habits have I been adopting that makes for greater productivity? What are the kind of associations I've got? My relationships. What kind of relationships do I have? Are my relationships profitable, or they are needless relationships? They are relationships that are rather affecting me negatively than positively. These are the kind of questions you should ask. Do I have the right relationships? Am I making the right decisions? What is the energy I have been transmitting, or what's the energy around my life? Is it the right energy? Is it the right kind of energy? So in meditation, you can ask yourself these questions, and then you can know what to do. Because in meditation, one thing is that, and of course, meditation should be with a divine consciousness. I've often said it that in meditation, you are exchanging your thoughts with the thoughts of God. So you are seeking to ascend into a higher consciousness. Exchanging your thoughts with the thoughts of God. So it is you keeping your thoughts that are probably not as wise, because the thoughts of God are thoughts of wisdom, right? So the more you pick up the thoughts of God, the more you walk in wisdom. Am I right on that? Yes. The more you pick up the thoughts of God during your times of meditation, the more you pick up the God consciousness, the more wise you become, the more you assess greater levels of wisdom. Yes. So in meditation, you must have a focus. You must have a focus. For instance, if I want to meditate on abundance, I want to meditate on abundance. Maybe I want to see greater levels of abundance in my finances, in my business, my career, my relationships. And I just want to focus on abundance. I set it in my heart. And for instance, I'm a believer in Christ Jesus. I'm a Christian, right? Now, I want to meditate on abundance. What I do is that I begin to look for things around me that carry that message, that convey that message of abundance. First of all, I consult scriptures. What scriptures are there that talk about abundance? What scriptures are there that promote abundance? All right. Oh, that's true. You are just the one. So, guys, please keep this chat session lively. Sarah has just been the only one texting. I have a present for you, by the way. If you can chat me up, my WhatsApp contact is on my bio. So if you check my bio, just this YouTube bio now, this my YouTube profile, just check this YouTube profile now. You would see a link that leads you directly to my WhatsApp. All right, you see a link. It's called WhatsApp contacts. On the name of that link is WhatsApp contact. So directly under the WhatsApp contact, you see the link. So just click the link. It will lead you straight to my bio. In the event that you click the link and it doesn't lead you straight to my bio, let me know so that I can dictate my number to you right here. But anyway, I have a gift for you. I have a present for you, Sarah. I have a present for you, Sarah. You've done well today. You've done well. You are continually blessed. So I'll just look for scriptures that talk around my subject of meditation. So I said, for example, abundance. I want to meditate on abundance, how to, work in abundance, and how to attract or manifest abundance, how to attract and manifest abundance. All right. So I look for scriptures that talk about abundance, scriptures that carry that message and consciousness of abundance. I, do a study around them, and then I begin to contemplate on those scriptures. I begin to reflect on those scriptures. It may not just even be a scripture, it may be a story. It may be a movie I watched that really carries that message of abundance. Or it may be even a person I've studied and observed that this person is working in certain levels of abundance. I just keep that picture in my mind. All right. I keep that picture in my mind and I begin to contemplate. Remember, the meditation exercise has a focus. It has a focus, all right? So I keep that focus in my mind. The focus, for instance, it is abundance, all right? I keep that focus in my mind, yeah? When I keep that focus in my mind, I begin to reflect. And of course, because you are exchanging your thoughts with the thoughts of God, sometimes a question can just pop up in your mind. As you are meditating in that atmosphere of stillness and focus, a question can just pop up in your mind. Why is this so? And that question would be a door that would open you up to greater levels of truth and understanding. So when meditating, a question can just pop up in your mind that will be a door that will open you up to truth. Yes. It can just be a question or something you even forgot, because another thing that happens during times of meditation is that remembrances are activated. So a remembrance can be activated, and something you never really gave any serious thought can just pop up in your mind. Something that maybe took place in the past, a remembrance, you just remember. Like, wow. And it's making more sense now because it was highlighted in this meditation exercise. It's making more sense now. And as you begin to ponder on it, as you begin to reflect on it, it is leading you to a dimension of truth. It is leading you into a higher consciousness. So meditation is powerful as well as sounds. You can meditate with sounds, with songs of ascents, You can meditate with instrumentals too. I love meditating with instrumentals. That's why an instrumental is even playing at the background, okay? Meditate with instrumentals. And you can also do that without instrumentals. Just, look for a quiet place, of course, a quiet place where you can achieve stillness. Now, let me say this. Stillness is different from quietness. Quietness speaks more of the external. When your environment is quiet, your external environment is quiet, but stillness is more of an internal phenomenon, right? Stillness is more of an internal phenomenon. Stillness is where your mind is brought to a place of tranquility. Tranquility. All right. So you can have a quiet environment externally, but in your mind, there's so much noise. You can have a quiet environment externally, but in your mind, there's so much noise. So stillness is not exactly the same as silence or quietness. While stillness talks about the tranquility in your mind and in your heart, silence or quietness may just be the tranquility in your external environment. So your external environment may be quiet, but there's so much noise in your mind that still distracts you even when you meditate. So when you meditate, you want to achieve stillness. You want to achieve stillness such that your meditation exercise is worthwhile and you can really receive um the best out of it. So, like our usual manner is, we're going to spend the next 5 to 10 minutes meditating. So I'm going to shut my eyes and just be still. I want you to do the same. The reason why I do this on my live streams is so that I can publicly encourage the practice of meditation. Yes, I always spend 5 to 10 minutes meditating publicly or openly on my live streams so that I can encourage the practice of meditation. I want you to cultivate the habit of meditation. That's why I do it on my live streams so that you can learn it and practice it. It would be a blessing to your life in so many ways. I know what I'm talking about. Meditation is great. Meditation is powerful. It's not just one cliche that some weird people talk about. No. Meditation is something that every individual who wants to declutter, who wants to detoxify their lives, who wants to make much more progress and attain higher levels of growth should be committed to doing. Meditation is powerful. So for the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'll just lay still. I can shut my eyes or open them at random, but I'll just be still. I'll increase my sound. I'll increase the sound and just be still so that we can spend time meditating. All right. So let's begin. So join me in the meditation. You can just be still, and just allow the sound, just allow the sound to filter into your atmosphere. So I'm going to meditate for the next 5 to 10 minutes. I'll just shut my eyes and be still. This is to publicly encourage the practice of meditation. I want you to cultivate it. All right. So before we continue with this exercise, one thing you should take note of is that during meditation, some thoughts can pop up in your mind that are distractions. For instance, you can be meditating and you just begin to think of the next meal you want to eat. You can be meditating and you just be, a fantasy will just come up in your mind that you know that is not part of the meditation. Always learn how to dispel distractions that pop up in your mind, okay? Learn how to dispel, to expel distractions that pop up in your mind. So always learn that. If not, you will not have a fruitful or a productive meditation exercise. All right. So that's it. So let's proceed. Let's still spend like 2 to 3 minutes more, okay? Meditation is powerful. It's so fruitful. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Especially when you are doing it with a divine consciousness. It's beautiful. There are many journeys I've undertaken in my heart just because I have a habitual practice of meditation. Yes. Wow, that's good to hear. The music should help you to journey, okay? You can just contemplate. There's just a refreshing it will bring to you, all right? There's just a refreshing it will bring. You can even sleep and have a dream. You can sleep and you just fall into a trance. Yeah, you can just fall into a trance or just have an experience or a vision, right, that would carry an important message for you. It's very possible, yes. You can break into visions during meditation. You can also sleep off and have a prophetic dream or a very directive and instructive dream that will be profitable to you. Ataya Pew. So you said your name is Pew. All right, I see. So we spend a little time, meditating, and the reason I do this is to publicly encourage the practice of meditation. All right, I do it to publicly encourage the practice of meditation. So it's good to have you guys here. All right. So, what are your particular interests? What would you want us to discuss, in subsequent live streams? Because I'm going to be live every day, except for days where I am unavoidably absent. But I am going to be live every day in the year, every day. All right. I don't delete my live sessions to all my live recordings, my live sessions. They are always on my channel, so you can always go back to the live streams and check out for probably any word I shared or stuffs of that nature. So, what will you guys want me to discuss on in subsequent live streams? What topics are you agitating to know more, to have more understanding of? What areas do you need clarity? What areas would you need more instructions, wisdom and all of that? So let me know. Okay, you said you think Atayapi is Spanish. Spanish? Well, I can't say. It looks more to me like someone from China or from one of these countries. The name is, but I said it's Pew. Pew. Is Pew Chinese? I'm sorry, is Pew Spanish? I can't tell. Can't tell. What do you have to say about that, Pew? Are you from Spain? Are you Spanish? What do you have to say about that? All right, Sarah, your handle is Kalina Topica, but you said your name is Sarah. So, what would you want us to discuss about in upcoming live streams, subsequent live streams? What topics would you you want us to talk about? Your areas of interest, areas you need clarity, and all of that. Let me know. Waiting for you, Sierra. All right, in the event that there is no response, I think we'll bring this live stream to a close today. So thank you.